welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my Africa favorites. And so if you enjoy this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. So I thought it'd be fun to show you some of my favorite things since being here in Benin in West Africa. And this is going to look a little different than what it would look like at home. A lot of this stuff, basically all of it, is a lot more practical stuff and things that we just have needed to use, but I'm grateful to have it. And they've become some of my favorite things so far while we've been here. And maybe I'll do another one of these videos later on. We'll see if I create another list. But let's get into it. So the first thing I don't actually have to show you, I was just gonna tell you. So for workouts here, I have been doing the Body Lava workout from its Body. It used to be Beachbody, but I've had a membership for a really long time. And I knew before coming here that I wouldn't have easy access to weights or anything like that. So I brought like some bands and some sliders, but was planning already on doing this Body Lava workout because it doesn't require any equipment. You can have like yoga blocks, which I did bring some, but you don't have to. And so you can just do it without, and it focuses a lot on mobility, which I needed a lot of since my ankle surgery almost a year and a half ago, which is kind of crazy that it's already been that long. But I have really enjoyed doing the workouts. It's 6 weeks and I'm already I'm like halfway through the second time. Because it's just 5 workouts a week and usually I'm doing 6. And so I go through it a little bit quicker, but they're only 20 minutes long. And I usually will add a few other just exercises on them, but working out and moving my body saves me. Like, it is one of my favorite things, even though it's hard sometimes and I get so sweaty here and it's very gross, but it mentally just makes such a big difference for me. And going along with that, one of my other favorite things on this list is beach walks. And me and my older 2 daughters usually walk in the evening time. And that's something at home I lift and I walk. Like, I walk more than I walk here most of the time. But those 2 things, like some sort of body movement and then walking, I know that's also body movement, but those are my favorite things because they just help me so much. They make me feel good. They help me mentally, so I'm very grateful for those. The next thing is a funny food item, but it's taco seasoning from Clean Monday Mills. So I brought, this is empty, obviously. So I brought one of these. I brought a few different seasonings from Clean Monday Mills just because it makes things easier when I don't have to get a whole bunch of different spices. And I wish I brought more. I only brought one, not thinking that like tacos, or at least the taco seasoning type meals, we were gonna be doing a lot of. Like, we make some form of tacos, taco bowls, Navajo tacos every single week. And I can get seasonings here, but it was so nice to have this for the first like 6 weeks. Like, we went through the whole thing. And so I wish I had brought more, but I love her seasonings because they're clean. And if you can't have gluten, they're gluten-free, and some of them are dairy-free as well. So I really love this. This was one of my favorites. Again, sad that I didn't bring more of it. Another kind of funny practical favorite is hydrocortisone cream, so anti-itch cream and active skin repair, along with some like mosquito repellents and stuff like that. We occasionally have mosquito bites, like they come and go. Sometimes my kids wake up with them and sometimes they don't. The air conditioning helps, like cold air and then fans, moving air, keep mosquitoes away. So those things have been helpful in doing that, but every once in a while they just decide to come and get everybody, but not usually at the same time. But also there's rashes, you know, because of all the humidity, so people get rashes. We haven't really used this for sunburns, but you could use it for sunburns or any sort of like injury. So the active skin repair, I have this one, I have the kids version as well. We just use them, it doesn't matter to me which one we use. And then this has been something like one of our most used items is this hydrocortisone cream. So that was something that was really important and has quickly become a favorite because we need it. Another thing we've really enjoyed having is this speaker. I got this, I might have gotten it on an Amazon Prime thing last year, the beginning of this year. I'm like, what year is it? Earlier this year, maybe in the summer when they did their Prime days, Jordan Page mentioned she likes this speaker, and so I thought I would give it a try. And we have used it a lot more than I thought that we would, because we have speakers at home and we use them. I use them when I work out, but other than that, we don't use them a whole lot. And since I'm watching videos right now when I work out, I don't need a speaker because I'm like listening to somebody and following them. At home, I just have an app on my phone, and so I do listen to music while I just go through the exercises on my app. But here, for our homeschool curriculum, we've had a lot of like things we listen to. There's like biographies, there's stories with our history curriculum, with our Constitution curriculum and stuff. And so we've used this a ton because it's very, very noisy with the street noise. And so the speaker makes it so much easier for everyone to hear. And with my little kids, they can get really noisy, so this makes it easier. My kids have also been listening to Percy Jackson on Audible, and I think they're on the 3rd book right now. This speaker has been great for that. Occasionally we'll turn on music and dance around to that, and it's fun to just have it louder on the speaker and not just on my phone. So just a few ways that we have really enjoyed using that speaker. Something else that is practical and maybe a little bit silly is these clips, right? These are just like carabiners. And I got them to go on our water bottles before we left. These are the like Simple Modern water bottles. This one belongs to my toddler because she just recently broke the handle off the top of hers because that's what little kids do. And so she doesn't have one anymore. But I really like these, and they've come in more handy than maybe I even thought they would, because I can clip them to my bag. So I sometimes wear a backpack, sometimes a crossbody bag. So when I'm in a crossbody bag, it has big metal clips, you know, that hold the straps. So I can just clip my water bottle to it, and I would clip hers too. Now I just have to put it in the bag. And it makes it so much easier to move around. I don't have to hold water bottles, and if kids need help or if I need to pick them up, hold their hands, then I have hands free because I don't have a billion water bottles that I'm holding. So my husband also will hook his to his bag as well when he goes places. So it's just been very helpful and very practical. Another thing I'm glad that I brought with us that has been one of my favorite things is drink mixes. And so I brought some of the mixers ones, mostly for hydration. So this is like their hydration support, electrolyte support. It's the coconut. It uses coconut water in it, which is natural, has natural electrolytes. And then I did bring some of their Focus one as well. They're both coconut lime flavor. I love that flavor. I brought Better Hormones because this has been helpful for me. I know some people see crazy like results from it, but usually they have a lot bigger things going on. But I never had big things going on, but I have seen it just help a little bit with support, with like emotional support, and then with periods not being as heavy as they were, because they were slightly heavier after having children than they ever were when I was younger. So there's that. And then I also brought electrolytes. I brought several of these Relight Kids. I don't like just the normal one. They're too salty for me. But these ones, I like the grape flavor the best. That's my favorite. We will run out of these before we're done here, just because several things, it was hard to bring enough for it to last us the whole 6 months, you know. So hopefully by that point we'll have adapted a little bit more to the humidity, but also found other options that will work for us. So I love having the drink mixes. I will have enough or close to enough of these ones for the whole time we're here. It's just these ones that I won't as much. Something else that I am so glad I brought, that's one of my favorite things, are these muffin tins. I just bought a 2-pack off of Amazon before we left because we don't have Amazon here. I don't even know really if they have reliable mail service. I think DHL works here, but most places don't have like addresses, or that you could get an address, you know. It's like, what's my address, and nobody knows. So anyway, I love these. We have used them a lot. They work the best in the oven because our oven's kind of wonky. And so these, I have some like half sheet pans, and those work too. These ones just help a lot more with more even cooking than the sheet pans have. And we do like German pancakes in them. My kids love those. That's like one of their favorite things for dinners here. I make muffins and stuff. So they've just been so helpful to have here. And one of my favorite things, you can't get muffin tins here, at least not good ones. And sheet pans are like almost impossible to find. People who live here have told us this, like that lived here before we came here. That was one of the things they told us to bring was muffin tins and sheet pans because you won't be able to find them here. And the last thing I wanted to mention was already a favorite thing before we came here, but is definitely one of my favorite things here is just my Kindle. I really love being able to read, and having a Kindle is helpful because at night it gets dark pretty early. My 2-year-old sleeps in our room, so I can lay and read in the dark without, having an extra light. I do have one for reading normal books, but first of all, bringing normal books is hard because they're so heavy. And second of all, I just don't love reading that way. It's a lot harder to read. And so I love actual books in real life, but the Kindle has been so helpful. And I don't remember which one this is. I'll link it. I just had gotten the newer one recently, and then this case is from Lash Next Door, and I really love this case. All right, so those are some of my favorite things I've been loving lately, things I brought with us that have been so beneficial to us, that we've used a lot, and I'm so glad that I brought with us, compared to some things that it's like, well, maybe we could have done without this, but these things have been so very helpful. And so if you enjoy this type of content, please remember to give me a thumbs up. Put down in the comments some of your favorite things you've been loving lately, and I will see you next time.